guys, it's Kat
and Crew,
and today we are doing the long-awaited Q&A video. We asked you guys like last summer, I think it was like probably in July, to ask us a bunch of questions that you wanted us to answer. This is actually our third time doing this video, but you know, everything happens in God's timing, and we've prayed a lot about this video because we wanted to encourage people and hopefully touch lives and, you know, make a difference. So we're gonna get right into it. You guys asked us about like 200 questions, so we really narrowed it down. There was 2 questions that you all wanted to know. I had no shame asking, honestly, but we will see if we get to those. All right, question number 1: how did you meet and what was your first date?
Well, I was in the club, right, and you know,
we didn't
my thing, and this fly shorty saw me from a distance. She didn't say anything to me, but I felt the vibes from afar.
You had no idea I was there.
I had no idea.
Okay, let me tell the story. We didn't meet this day, but the first time I ever saw him and laid eyes on him, I was at this club in Providence with a few of my friends, and I was like, who is that? He had the fitted cap on, the black v-neck. That black v-neck, man, I don't know what it does to me. But I was like, oh my God, I need to know who he is. And my friend Jocelyn was like, go say hi to him. I'm like, I don't do that. Like, go up to him and say,
that's what I do.
Say hi to a guy, go up to the guy and say hi to him. No. And then at the end of the club night, I seen him walking away, and I was like, oh my God, I'm never gonna see him again.
I had no idea this was going on.
Yeah, I just was so infatuated. Months passed by and we find each other on Facebook. We had mutual friends, so I kept asking her about him and stuff. Then I found him on Facebook.
I must have been fly, yo.
Yo, he was though.
Fly,
my cousin Lenny's will not let me live it down that I was so creepy because I had him as the background on my phone.
That's the creepiest thing.
My little BlackBerry. But I didn't know him. I had no idea who he was. I was just like, yo, this kid's so banging. He's on Facebook.
You do it for celebrities.
Yeah, I'm gonna find that picture and I'm gonna put it. Come on. The eyes were photoshopped blue. He was like posing like this with the arms,
I didn't do that.
like the polo shirt. I was like, wow, who is this dude? I had him as a background on my phone, and then she saw him. She was like, yo, I know that kid. I was like, oh yeah, he's fly. We started becoming friends on Facebook. He was creeping on my page with his friends. Don't make that face.
It's not creeping.
They were going through each and every one of my pictures, analyzing everything, wondering if I had a daughter.
Women do the same thing.
Okay,
if you're gonna look into
it,
I'm not denying it, but
you're calling it
wasn't creepy.
Well, he sweated me anyways.
I didn't have you on my background.
So yeah, we started talking on Facebook, and then we planned to meet up at this girt festival at Roger Williams Park. And then when we met there, we had this beautiful hug. It was like in slow motion.
Chemistry,
and it was
immediate.
Beautiful. I was like, I don't want to let him go. And then we didn't talk for like forever after that. And then when I moved to Attleboro with my mom, which was the next city over from where he lived, I seen him at the mall one day, and I was like, oh, I'm looking for a job. I see that you work at Hollister, blah, 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 blah. So then we started working together. I would check the schedule to see whenever Sean was working,
like,
and I'd make sure to put on.
I wasn't doing that.
I was creeping. I can't even say that. I was creeping. I would make sure that I wore my cute plaid shirt on the days he was
Everybody
working.
wore plaid shirts?
Yeah, but I would wear the cute ones. Then he invited me to go out to a college party at Brown with him and his friends. And I was like, yes, I got him. I got him. Okay. And that's where we had our first kiss. I pretended to be so drunk and like
this is ultimate creep. If we made a movie out of this, I'm telling you.
I don't know. And then he kissed me. It worked.
And then she kind of inched her head this way towards me.
Nah, I didn't. You didn't even remember because you was drunk. I was pretending to be drunk.
You started licking your lips out.
Just stop. Anyways, that was our first kiss, and then our first date came the day after that, and we went out to Finallyyyy's and then a movie. Yeah. Second question is, what has it been like for you two to manifest and grow as a young couple, and what would you both advise to other young couples?
That's a good question. It was a very difficult journey, I should say.
It's been very, very, very hard, to be completely honest with you guys, but completely worth it.
Absolutely. We started to put God into our relationship as well.
And that's when everything got better. That's When we realize like it's not working because we're doing it on our own strength, our own emotions, everything that we tried to do on our own, it didn't make sense. It never worked. But as soon as we started seeking God and going to church and building a relationship with Him, that's when we saw God is working it out. And we gave all of our problems to Him, and that's when things started to get better. But to see how far we've come and everything that we've been through, it's insane. Like there's no other explanation but God, honestly. Our answer to everything in this video, just letting you know, is gonna be all thanks to God, because we wouldn't be sitting here right now if it wasn't for His plan for our lives and how He intervened and got us to where we are now. So,
and advice for other young couples, I would say, is to focus on communication. It's a huge thing. A lot of people kind of look past that, and we struggled with that for some time as well, because I wasn't always easy to open up. As a man, you're kind of held back a little bit. You know, you don't like to open up with your emotions, and women like to talk all the time. So fellas, when you get into a relationship, try to understand her from her point of view and not just focus on defending yourself because you don't want to talk or you don't want to open up. Really communicate, because communication is
talk
key.
about your feelings.
Focus on that a lot, definitely.
And my main advice would just be to seek God above all else. Like He's gonna help you with every aspect of your life. And like he said, communication. You need to talk to God, communicate with Him, build a relationship.
Have your own relationship.
Yeah, have your own relationship with God, and then both of you come together as a couple and, you know, connect with God on that level as well.
You do not have to go into detail, but generally, have you guys hit any rough patches in your relationships, and what have you done to overcome this and keep your relationships strong? Yes, we have gone through many rough patches and are going through many rough patches.
Gone through it all, pretty much.
And that's okay, you know.
And no relationship is perfect. Like, but every couple goes through it. No one is perfect. There's gonna be difficulties, there's gonna be storms, but it's like, are you gonna fight it together or are you gonna fight each other? You know? You
have to know that in order for a relationship to work, you have to be on the same page, no matter what. I mean, she always uses the term to self-evaluate. Literally step back from what your situation is.
What am I feeling right now? Why do I feel this way, and how can I change it? Type of thing before you attack each other. Because I know I have gone at him like with all my emotions, and then afterwards I'm like, okay, I know I was just so quick-tempered right now. But I'm able to step back and say, okay, I know how I acted right now was like really wrong. So it's just, you know, being really in tune with yourself and knowing your partner. And you have to recognize, like, are we fighting against each other or fighting for each other? You know, there was a time where we went at it a lot, but that was because the enemy was trying us. And then I realized, you know, we're not even on the same team right now. We're fighting each other. We're not fighting for what we have for each other. Like, we're just trying to get our points across and prove the other one wrong. And that's not gonna go well. But when you both wholeheartedly want to be in the relationship and make it work, then it will work.
So I would say the three things to focus on would be
God first.
God first. Definitely.
He'll get you through everything.
Four things: communication, understanding, and forgiveness.
Yeah.
Don't only pray for yourself. Pray for your partner. Pray for your partner consistently. You know, and even after you get through that hurdle, continue to pray for that same exact thing.
What's your guys' dream vacation spot? Bora Bora. Anywhere with a beach, I'm there. That place just looks amazing though. Like, how old were you when you first got pregnant? So we were both 21. Yeah. How do you manage a day-to-day with two young boys? I ripped my hair out. No, I love it. It's amazing. I have to say, when it was just Kayson, it was a lot easier. So now Sean works all the time. It's like I feed them in the morning, start washing the dishes and clean. Then it's time to feed them again, washing the dishes and clean. And then I turn around and sweep the floor, and then there's toys all over the floor. And then I'm washing the dishes and the floor is dirty again. It's wild. It's pretty wild, to be completely honest. It's just hard because I work from home. But once I find a structure and I have a balance, I know it'll be a lot easier. But right now, it's a little hectic, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm blessed enough to be able to work from home and be home with my boys every day. I'm so grateful. There's no other way I would want it to be. What do you guys do for a living?
I am a residential caseworker and a musician. I do photography as well outside of that, just as a side hobby.
So like I said, I'm a work from home mom, and I'm basically an influencer. I promote brands that I actually use and really do love, and that's how I get paid. pretty much.
How has life changed in your relationship after having Kayson and Avery?
Definitely changed for the better, not only because we have kids now, but because when we got pregnant with Kayson, that's what brought me to start seeking God and having a relationship with him, because I was just like, I can't do this, I'm not prepared, I'm not able, I need Jesus. So I started seeking God, and ever since then, life has been more purposeful and meaningful and amazing.
Yeah, definitely. I would say it definitely brought us growth, responsibility, and no us time.
Yeah.
not as much as we would like to, at least.
Yeah. Do you guys plan on getting married? While you were pregnant with Avery, did it put a strain on your relationship a bit? A bit?
Yes.
You can say that. Were you guys surprised when you found out you were pregnant for the second time? We weren't surprised because
I felt it.
my main symptom when I was pregnant with Kayson was I spit all the time. I walked around with a little cup. That was my spit cup.
That was definitely the indicator in this.
So when I started spitting again, I was like, oh no. I knew I wasn't sick, but I had the mucus, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
And then we took the test, and it was just like, all right. Sean was like, we can do this. We did it already. And I'm just like, yo, he's crazy. What was the biggest obstacle and challenge you have been faced with as a couple, and how did you overcome it? Communication.
Yes.
But I think the biggest obstacle was definitely when we were pregnant with Avery. I think that was the hardest time we've ever been through. Did you guys want a boy or a girl? And do you want more children? If so, do you guys want another boy or a girl? We wanted a girl both times. We've had our name picked out for our girl since like 2011.
When we first started talking about it, it was always like, we pictured a girl, pictured a girl.
Yeah.
So I'd love to have a little daughter.
Yeah.
And it's good now because hopefully the next one that we have is a girl, because then she'll have two big brothers to look after her.
Yeah.
A strong dad, you know what I'm saying?
Where do we get one of those?
Okay.
Do we want any more children? We didn't plan for the first two, so we're gonna leave that up to God. Obviously, I think I would love to have a really big family. A lot of grandkids, big family dinners, you know.
If it was like up to God and he was like, all right, I'm dropping you like 6 2-year-olds, absolutely, let's do it.
2-year-olds?
3-year-olds.
4-year-olds.
4-year-olds. 4-year-olds. So let's do it.
How was Avery's birth different from Kayson's? Whoa. Completely different in every aspect. Kayson's was the most peaceful and serene birth. I wasn't scared. I had the epidural, for those of you who don't know, and I was sucking out a popsicle, and they were like, oh, you're ready to push. I was like, all right.
You definitely in pain.
I had pressure. Like before that, I was in pain. The contractions were painful and stuff. But once I had that epidural, I was chilling. I pushed him out, put him on my chest. I was crying. You guys seen the video. I felt God's presence in the room. And that was the first time I could ever say that I actually felt God's presence in the room, smiling on us. Like, it was amazing. Everyone looked at me like I was crazy when I said I'll do it over and over and over again. Avery, I'm not even gonna get fully into it.
Yeah, it was another world. It was terrifying because Kathy made it terrifying. Bruh.
The pain made it terrifying.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
I don't know why women give birth without drugs, without that epidural. Like, I give all the props to every woman who does do it naturally, because it blew my mind. I associated the pain that I was going through with death. I was like, I'm dying right now, literally dying. I was in so much pain. They gave me the epidural twice and it didn't go through. There was like 15 doctors and nurses in the room trying to calm me down.
I walked into the room and they're like, no, we need you to stay out here. I was like, what?
Yeah, they wouldn't let him or my mom in the room. My mom was yelling at me saying, Kathy, don't take another one. It didn't work, don't take another one. I'm like, give me some more. Like, I was yelling. I was like, why isn't he giving me more? Why isn't it working? It was insane. Like, you wouldn't believe the catastrophe that was going on in there. Like, people were passing by the room looking in like, why is she screaming at the top of her lungs? I was screaming and
panicking.
I was like yelling at the nurse, and I'm like, I'm sorry. She's holding my face. She's like, don't be sorry, just breathe. And then after I pushed Avery out, it was the most painful experience of my life. I hope I'm not scaring anyone right now.
You got like a 9-month pregnant girl looking at this video right now like, oh no.
Stick with your birth plan. It's different for everyone. I just wasn't prepared. I thought I was gonna take that epidural and it was gonna be perfect. You know, I wasn't prepared for all that pain. I didn't go through the classes. I was just like, I did it before, I'm good. And I really associated that pain with death. It was really, really bad, guys. But childbirth is the most amazing thing you can experience as a woman.
Way to sell it.
It really is.
All right.
I mean, you're giving birth to a child. It's the most amazing blessing in the world, but it ain't gonna be easy. What is your favorite memory together as a couple? Mine are definitely the Block Island trips that we take every year for my birthday. That's my favorite tradition. Pizza Hut dates that we used to do. We used to do every Tuesday. We used to drive
Pizza Hut Alfredo pasta.
For Pizza Hut pasta, and then we would go to a movie. I love those Tuesday dates. And most recent, Puerto Rico.
For me, it would be when Kathy would come over after work at like 1 in the morning.
When I was a waitress.
And she would bring me like this tray of chicken, buffalo chicken with like the blue cheese,
all
the ranch
foods,
sauce.
all the goods.
And then like sometimes I'd get like the steak and the rice and the egg, and it's just
all the goods.
1 in the morning. I'm talking 1 in the morning, like after a long day, you just watch the movie. Your girl comes over with some food. Come on, it doesn't get better than that.
This is gonna have to go into a part 2. This is ridiculous.
With the fella Creole, sing with the fella Creole.
Yes. Do you guys still leave each other sweet notes like you did back in the Tumblr days?
I leave them all the time.
Do make the effort to be intentional about it and do those things.
Yeah.
Little cards to each other, love notes. You definitely make the effort. That's so important to be intentional about showing your love. Do you guys do date nights every week or how often?
I wish.
Every week? That would be gold.
We need to.
It's just hard. Sean doesn't have a set work schedule. He works a lot of doubles. Finding a babysitter, you know.
It's essential. It's essential because you're building that relationship, you're building that bond, you're keeping that love alive.
If you could be anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
On stage in front of thousands performing.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
Right now I'd have to say somewhere warm because I hate being cold, and in New England it's always cold in this time of year. So right now I would love to be on a tropical beach right now. What is one thing that most annoys you about him or her? What most annoys you
She
about
gets
me?
mad very easily, very frustrated very easily over the smallest things. Pisses me off.
Yeah. I'm very, very quick-tempered. I'm working on it.
Yeah. Oh, and she hangs up on me every day, once a day.
No, come on.
Not anymore. You haven't done it in some time.
Yeah, when you told me that it bothers you. If you didn't tell me, then how would I know that it bothered you?
Okay, I'm sorry. Next time I'll talk about my feelings.
Yeah. I think what he does, I mean, it's a long list. He annoys me every day. When he gives me this, that's definitely number one. Yo, he farts all day long. Him, Kayson, and no. Are you serious? Oh my God! No, you did not. Don't blow it this way. Blow it that way. You're disgusting. I live with 3 farting machines. Him, Kayson, and Avery. That's all they do all day long. That has to be the most annoying thing because they smell ridiculous. It just comes all day long. No warning. Ugh. And when he gives me the silent treatment with his little pouty face and his lip is like down to here, I'm like, what's wrong with you? Nothing. Like that pisses me off. Like I know something's wrong. Don't get me started on this question. Let's leave it at that. What's the one thing your other half does that lets you know that you've pissed them off?
When she calls me by my name.
Yep. When he calls me Kathy, I'm like, oh yeah? Okay, Sean.
Yeah.
How do you guys make sure Kayson feels the same amount or almost the same amount of attention he had before Avery was born? That's a really good question. I always wanted to make sure that he never felt like second or never felt like he was pushed to the side. So every time someone would come visit Avery when Avery was first born, I'd always say hi to Kayson first. Give Kayson a whole lot of love and attention because Avery's not gonna notice, you know? Right now, Avery is starting to notice, like when my dad comes over and I'm like, give Kayson a big hug. Avery kind of just sits there and just like waiting for his turn, you know? But Kayson is so amazing. Every time someone calls to talk to Kayson, my mom, or my dad, or whatever, he's like, hi Mima, here, say hi to Avery. He's always like telling people to say hi to Avery, say bye to Avery, give him a kiss. You know, he's so loving, the best big brother I could have ever imagined.
Avery's feelings.
Yeah. What nationality are you and Sean? We are both Cape Verdean.
Yes, we are.
Yes. Are you teaching Kayson Creole? Yes, we are. My dad and my mom are amazing about it. My dad taught Kayson how to count to 20 in Creole, and my mom speaks to him in Creole all the time, so he just catches on to things really quickly.
Yeah.
What's your favorite or special thing about your relationship? I think mine would have to be our Simba and Nala tattoos.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, can you see them?
See that?
We got him. We were dating for 3 months, guys. Good thing we worked out.
No, seriously.
The Lion King is my favorite movie, and I guess we didn't really want to commit to our names at that point, but we were like, let's get a matching tattoo. So he's my Simba and I'm his Nala.
Me, it would be, I think we're both equally pretty goofy.
You think I'm goofy?
You goofy. Stop with that laugh, please.
Another one would be our PIT, the thing that I do at the end of every video.
Yeah.
I think this was when we first started dating. We didn't want to say I love you yet, but we would always do this when we said bye, and we'd be like pinky, index, thumb.
Which means
PIT.
I love you in sign language.
Yes, this is the sign for I love you. So it's pinky, index, thumb. We came up with that saying. And our date, recently we found out that as we were reading our Bible, our date is February 18th, the day we started dating, 2:18. And in Genesis 2:18 in the Bible, it explains how God created Adam, and he realized he needed a helper. So he ended up creating Eve. So
she was created from my rib to be my helper, because I need help. I need the Lord. I need a woman of the Lord.
What advice would you give to new young couples to keep their relationship fresh and strong?
Seek God together.
Above
lift each
all
other up.
else, that is so important. Like, don't stop doing the things that you used to do for each other. You can't give enough compliments.
Yeah.
Sean will be like, you look so beautiful, when I know I look crusty and disgusting, and I'm like, ew, stop. But inside I'm like,
looks crusty and disgusting. Don't let her talk to you like that. Read about the 5 languages of love.
Definitely.
And figure out your partner's love language. For instance, really quick, for me, mine is touch.
Physical
touch. So whenever
just
she
me
walks
doing
by,
this makes me feel
good.
so
It makes me feel happy.
Yeah.
For her, she likes receiving gifts and giving gifts.
But I don't mean like go and buy me a bunch of stuff, because he buys me something and like, how much was this? Like gifts as in little notes, little cards, a chocolate bar.
Things that make her feel special.
So there's a book, 5 Love Languages. I'll link the link down below where you guys can get it. And I definitely recommend that. Figure out what your love languages are, and that's gonna be a big help. Okay, so this video was super long, but I know you guys are waiting for the 2 questions you asked most. I'm telling you, these 2 questions were asked so many times.
Crazy.
We knew it was gonna be the main questions asked, and we wanna be able to talk to you guys about it.
Right.
And that is, what happened? Did you guys break up a little bit when you were pregnant with Avery? And when is the wedding if you are still getting married? So I think because this video was so long, we're going to end it here and not give you the answers. No, I'm just kidding. We'll make a part 2, and I'll link it down below so we can go more into depth, because we know that a lot of couples may struggle with the same things that we struggled with, and we really want to be able to get into depth and hopefully help you guys out and inspire and encourage you guys. So we love doing this for you guys. We hope we answered a good amount of your questions. If you want to see more videos like this, please let us know down below. Love inspiring and just being here for you guys. We thank you so much for all the support. Some of you guys have been here since Tumblr. That's 6 years, like almost 6 years. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate all your love and support. Like, words cannot explain how much we truly do love and appreciate you guys. But in the meantime, go check out the other video, because we know you're nosy. We know you want to know. We'll see you in the next one. Love you. Mwah. Be blessed.